Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves another 2v2. And this time, it is in Moscow winter, or Moscow outskirts winter, I should say. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Cruzz, playing as the Soviets in the yellow. And his ally in the blue trunks is going to be Mr. Nachtmar 667. So I'll probably call him just Nacht. Or Nacht. I don't know. Anyways, playing as the US forces in the blue. Their opponents in the pink or purple trunks, depending your preference, it is Mr. Sully as the OKW player. And in the red, leading the charge is going to be Mr. SturmTigerNinja, playing as the Ostir or Wehrmacht faction in the red. So Moscow Outskirts is a, pretty, well, I wouldn't say popular, but one of the oldie maps. But we haven't seen it in a long while, especially winter and such, so should be nice to go back to the oldies. Of course, this time around we are doing it in a 2v2, not a 1v1, but still, it's nice to see. So anyways, over on the right-hand side, we see Cruzz pushing forward with his conscripts. We see him building 3 conscripts to start with. His ally so far has only gotten 2 rifles on the field, following it up with a 3rd one. The German faction are going to be having a Kubelwagen and a Volksgrenadier for Mr. Sully. Kubelwagen only now coming onto the field and going to be moving over to the right-hand side to help out. Storm Pioneers are currently being surrounded by 2 conscript squads and a combat engineer squad, so they are not in a winning situation. However, the truck is being utilized to push. It is a very annoying thing that the Allied forces need to deal with, but it is a matter, a fact of life in the battlefield of Company Heroes 2. Kubelwagen, though, sets up in a nice angle. They're going to be catching both of the conscript squads out in the open. Gets a nice kill and suppression going on the first squad down to 3 men. Forces the retreat, and the second squad barely gets suppressed as it crawls out of range. Kubelwagen trying to close the distance. It does get another squad in front of it. The sandbags have not been completed, so unfortunately they will not be able to provide heavy cover against the Kubelwagen's suppressive abilities. But both conscript squads do manage to crawl out of the way, get themselves into some heavy cover by that truck, although they're kind of in a weird angle that does not provide them heavy cover there. But the other squad pops into the house, so that will delay, well, a lot. Volksgrenadiers for Mr. Sully push forward, and they are going to set up a sandbag. They are taking some fire there by the flank on the conscript squads. They do lose one of their men, but they managed to end up building the sandbags at the edge, capturing the point at the same time, and are now in some heavy cover against this engagement. His ally, Mr. SturmTigerNinja, so far has gone tier 1, like you would expect most Ostir to do. 2 grenadiers, an MG, and a mortar, so a very mixed arms or combined arms effort there by him. The engagement still going on over here on the right-hand side. Over on the far left-hand side, we do have the mortar for Mr. Ninja on the field. It is getting harassed a little bit here by rifles and rear echelon squad. We have 2 rifles and 1 rear echelon squad engaging all these members here. Rear echelon squad taking quite a bit of damage, a lot of damage, in fact, to the point that it goes down. So not losing the first squad in the game, it looks like. Grenadiers inside the house are able to withstand a lot of punishment here against those rifles. So even though it does have a decent amount of rifle squads, well, they're not really going to get too much out of it. The Grents inside, able to stay alive at 4. They managed to inflict a lot of damage. And with the mortar there for support, they also get some additional splash damage, forcing the retreat of both squads and winning the engagement on the left. Right-hand side, we see that the Kubelwagen and the Volksgrens are still in the engagement. The squad down south by the truck has gotten itself pinned down. As I said before, it was not in the best of angles. It did manage to crawl out of the arc of fire and put themselves on the right side of the cover, getting them that heavy cover and managing to actually stave off the pin after, of course, moving around. And now they get pinned again as they move around and lose the heavy cover benefit. Volksgrenadier squad going to be closing the distance, getting right on top of the conscripts, forcing the retreat, and away they go. They get themselves into some heavy cover, but once again they are on the wrong side of the heavy cover against this Maxim machine gun that opens up on them. They do manage to crawl a little bit out of the way and get themselves on the right side against the Maxim machine gun, but one of its members is still on the wrong side, and if that member is getting targeted by the Maxim machine gun, it will still actually get them pinned down eventually. However, the Maxim machine gun decides, you know what, I'm just going to get right up in their face, and I'm going to shoot them and kill them. And that'll probably be more effective. And there we go, Maxim machine gun getting a lot of damage in there. Down goes one, gets the pin as it has full angle of fire. Enfilade? I forget which one to call it. Enfilade, right? Anyways, so yeah. So cruzz managing to successfully hold the right-hand side. Even though, yes, he lost the point, but, you know, he still had a conscript squad there. Down to one man, actually very risky, almost losing it. However, the Maxim machine gun is there for support. Gets the suppression, makes it so that these guys can't really do too much, although they managed to actually crawl themselves into the house, allowing them to, even though they got pinned, well, they're going to break the suppression and come back into the fight and start shooting. Maxim machine gun setting up to shoot at the house. It will do damage, but it's going to take a while. And we also see that a battle group headquarters has been set up over on the left-hand side for Mr. Sully. Very aggressively placed. It is, well, I mean, not too aggressively. It's pretty nice. It is smack dab in between these 2 points, essentially. So it allows them to get a lot of control in this zone over on the left-hand side. And they're probably going to be sacrificing the north. So right-hand side, the push continues by cruzz. Gets his conscripts, combat engineers, and such out on the field. Volksgrenadier squad down to 2 men. Going to get volleyed down to 1. But it's a decently healthy one, so as many rifles as there are over here, they're not going to get the kill. Kubel wagon catching the approaching infantry, suppresses 2 squats, and the Maxim machine gun pushes up. Going to be able to get a decent amount of shots there on the Kubel wagon, going to be forcing it away. And the Kubel wagon decides, yeah, I don't really want to take some shots, and there I go. What is this? Well, apparently, I guess I didn't see it, but yeah, I mean, it looks like Nact went for a lieutenant and then straight into the utility car, but the utility car has been eliminated over here on the left-hand side. They, in fact, even dropped their bazooka, which these grenadiers decided to delightfully pick up, and that is bad news for the Allies, as that is an anti-tank weapon that they really didn't want in the hands of their opponents. Yes, they're not as good as Shreks, you know. Stealing a Shrek as an ally is, you know, oh my god, stay so good. But it is still, you know, something that needs to be worried about. Whose demo charges that? Will ATR spot it? Probably not, but, you know, with the magic of editing, I think I can still just go ahead and get it eventually. So, we're about 7 minutes in. Demo on the right. I'll keep an eye on that. And I'll also actually go back and take a look at how the utility car died. And yeah, so far we're just seeing here, and the demo charge has not been detonated. And I believe that's probably cruzz's detonation. Yeah, right. So anyways, left-hand side, we see now a big clustering of units, essentially. We have both of the German faction, Axis faction, kind of working together in the same zone. Because, well, SturmTigerNinja is able to essentially just pull back, heal up, and reinforce from the battle group headquarters. And as well, Mr. Sully has his retreat point already established there. So, much like having a half-truck on the field. Anyways, we see cruzz pushing forward, Maxim machine gun, conscripts, and all that. A nice grenade behind the conscripts ends up doing a lot of damage. Down to 2 men on that squad. It backpedals a little bit, but it has to retreat. It's going to die. Is it just going to stay there and die? It looks like it's just going to stay there and die. Conscript squad Ura's away. No, it just gets itself shot in the back, and down goes a conscript squad for cruzz. Bit of a mistake there, but unfortunately things like that happen. And up in the far north, conscript squad for cruzz has captured the territory. So yeah, you can see here that the split is going to be in this direction. You even see squads for Mr. Ninja down in the far south. But since they have, you know, access to quick reinforcement from here, it's going to work out. Schwerpanzer headquarters getting built for Sully. That is the ultimate turret, essentially. Going to be defending that strategic point, or munitions point out in the front. Does not have enough range for the victory point, but it does allow you to have a lot of troops nearby. Barbed wire also getting laid down on the wrong side of the cover there to deny the opponent the ability to push all up in their face. And Storm Pioneers are going for the cap of the center point, as we have more Volks moving around trying to recapture some territory. Let's see the tech. We see cruzz going for a tier 4, so tier 2 into tier 4. A very, very conservative method of doing it, as you have access to both AT guns and Su-85, so a lot of anti-tank potential. Doctrine has been selected for Nachtmar, and that is the Airborne company. As we can see, does he have anything from it? He has a Pathfinder squad. Pathfinder squad is currently on the field over here on the left-hand side. Pathfinders able to open up on the squads over here as we see the blizzard coming into effect. Grenadier squad down to one man. That's the one with the bazooka. It does end up retreating as it does not want to lose the weapon and hand it back to the enemy if things go very wrong. Kobo wagon is being brought into the mix. Going to be getting some shots off on the retreating lieutenant. The lieutenant is down to one man and has to retreat through right in front of a Volksgrenadier squad. The Volksgrenadier squad, however, is not focusing on the lieutenant. Ends up retreating as more rifles approach. This rifle squad was down to one man only, so it wasn't really that critical of a retreat. But it would have still been very risky, and the Pathfinders continue to push forward. The Kobo wagon taking a lot of damage, down to about 25% strength, backs off into the safety of the improvised space over here and the Schwerpanzer headquarters, as it now needs repairs, and the Storm Pioneers are going to provide that. So Nakmar able to hold his assault over here on the left-hand side. Center point has also been taken for by Cruzz. So yeah, I mean the Germans are having quite a bit of issues. I mean, yeah, they set up this very strong point right here, but that is essentially all they have. You can see the map right now. If we take a look at the big-ass map, they only have these small amount sectors. The entirety of the map, I mean, 2/3 of the map is currently controlled by the Allies, so it is not going their way, even though they have a forward retreat spot. Grenade going off, trying to catch the Obersoldaten. The Volksgrenadiers eliminate the rifles as they retreat. Browning machine gun is dropped on the field, and this Pathfinder makes it. Oh yeah, it makes it out of there. So Browning automatic rifle gets picked up by one of the squads with the Shrek, so that kind of bolsters their anti-infantry capabilities. Would have probably, I mean, obviously, I'm assuming he's gonna get Shreks on all of them, but you know, would have probably been better on this one if he's not getting Shrek just yet, because that one would be the most anti-infantry focused, but still, I mean, it's going to be good on any of them because it's just going to be more anti-infantry. Anyways, combat engineers over on the center. They're pushing forward. Schwerpanzer headquarters takes care of that and forces them to backpedal. The mortar almost nails it, down to one man, very low amounts of health. Barely makes it out of there. AT gun is on the field for Cruzz and is currently shooting at infantry. Not exactly the best use of it, but, well, what else is it going to do? Could be set to hold fire against the vehicles if you wanted to surprise any enemy vehicles coming in, but so far nothing. Sully has decided to build himself a Lux, apparently. We do have on the field a Katusha for Mr. Cruzz, throwing some barrages. Oh, very nice barrage, and nails the mortar squad, completely eliminating it. Mortar's still there, and it's a very healthy mortar, so not a lot is lost. Obviously, we have some veterancy that is lost in the procedure, but you know, could have been worse, I suppose. Far left hand side, we see a big clumping here of US infantry. Even the Major is brought into the mix. Major doesn't really provide too much well, support or fire or any bonuses to the troops as they push. All it does is gain veterancy from the troops around them. Nasty Lux getting a lot of damage in there. 5 kills already as soon as it's on the field. Has a squad down to 2 men. Could actually potentially kill a rifle squad. Very low amounts of health. Can it pick up the kill? It's not going to pick up. Oh, it is. It's going. There goes the shot. Oh, down goes a veteran C2 squad for the rifles. An unfortunate loss there for Nakma. So the Allies not catching a break. AT gun does, however, turn its sights on the Lux. The Lux takes a shot to the face. Second shot will be hit. No, he manages to get out of range just before. Volksgrenadiers pushing forward for Sully. They get themselves caught by a Maxim machine gun as they are really unable to do too much. Volksgrenadiers over here on the left-hand side going to be vaulting over the fence, trying to get out of the arc of fire of that Maxim machine gun. And they do. They manage to break a line of sight there with that hedgerow. And, well, the Allies are going to be trying to recapture the right-hand side as we see a lot being moved over here. 14 minutes in, we see that the demo charge for Cruzz is still there, has not been detonated. I would not be surprised if it never gets detonated, as not a lot of activities going on that side. Lux over on the left-hand side catches the lieutenant this time around, down to 1 man. Can it pick up the kill? Oh, it does not pick up the kill. We did see the Browning automatic rifle getting dropped there. Could get picked up by anybody. Anybody? Yeah, anybody. The Obersoldaten seem to be pushing forward. Are they actually going to go to cap it? They can pick it up. Does he know? I mean, he must know, right? Sully knows that it was there. Going to push forward. We have an AT gun there that's not really going to stop anything. And yeah, the Obersoldaten, on top of having their LMG, it looks like they're going to get themselves a bar. Wait, no, they're not. What are they doing? You can't pick it up. Okay, well, no. He decides, you know what? I don't really need it. I'm going to get it on one of my other guys. That's very nice. Shrek's on the field, getting shot by a Sherman. They instantly retreat, as the other squad also retreats. Not taking any damage, but, well, doesn't want to risk it. Rocket and Warfare is on the field for Mr. Sully. Do we have any anti-tank? Yeah, we have a pack on the field for SturmTigerNinja as well. Nice little position for it to be around the Schwerpanzer headquarters, as it, you know, has a lot of support in that manner. And does Cruz have anything besides a Katusha? No, he does have 2 AT guns, however. So that does allow things to happen. Mines on the field. MG-42 trying to stop the approaching infantry. Katusha barrage right on top of the MG. Whiffs it completely. Second barrage, can it hit? It looks like it's going to hit. Ooh, manages to dodge that, and nothing gets hit by the Katusha. It's an unfortunate turn of events for the Katyushas because, well, not turn of events, but state of affairs with the Katyushas because it misses a lot. Pathfinders and rifles pushing forward. The Browning over here did get picked up by a Volksgrenadier squad, so Mr. Sully now has 2, essentially. Schwerpanzer headquarters taking some shots at whatever it can, forcing away the combat engineers. The Lux pushing forward, getting itself, well, not behind, but catching AT gun out of position. 1 AT gun down, second one taking a barrage. The Lux not wanting to risk itself as it knows that there is a Sherman on the field, so it decides to call off the pursuit. The Volksgrenadiers do have Shreks, and we also have a Maxi machine gun there that got dropped. It is getting salvaged there by Mr. Sully as he has gone for this special operations doctrine. Although, wait, that actually doesn't even matter. Yeah, it looks like that's just an ability they can do with the Volks. Yeah, they have it right there, salvage operations. Anyways, so yeah, actually, doctrine selection, we have close air support doctrine for Mr. SturmTigerNinja. Very cool doctrine. Has a lot of abilities and Collins. Very intensive on that munitions. However, it does have the redistribute resources that, you know, you pay fuel to get munitions. And we have Cruz still not selecting a doctrine at this point just yet, so we'll see what he ends up picking. Left-hand side, Lieutenant engaging Volksgrenadiers and Obersoldatens. Obersoldatens moving around. We have shoe mines around the place. And the Major and the Pathfinders are over on the far left-hand side behind a fence. Sherman going to be pushing forward. It's going to run itself into some Shreks. Not exactly ideal. 2 Shreks going to be firing at it right now. Actually, only 1 fired, but well. It got the message across. Forced it to back off. Any additional vehicles coming? No, no vehicles coming. Mortar howitzer on the field for Nakmar. Takes a nasty shot there by Pack, I think. Yeah. But it does set up here to catch the approaching infantry. Oh, a nice hit by the motor carriage. Eliminates an entire Volksgrenadier squad. More shots continue to fly down to 1 man on that Volksgrenadier. Can he pick up the kill? No, he cannot. But that has done enough damage already. Obersoldaten on the left-hand side also taking a beating there to the motor carriage and the Sherman. We do have the pack gun nearby. The pack gun does move up, takes a shot at the Sherman. Sherman taking a shot to the side, does not react. Second shot flies, gets hit. It's moving back, but it's still in the arc of fire of the pack gun. Can the pack gun get a shot? It does get a shot. Down goes the Sherman. A combo barrage here by the stolen bazooka, and it gets blown up in place. Oh, big mistake there by Nagmar, not reacting in time, and the retreat path was, well, kind of horrendous as he retreated through the path of that. As he retreated a little bit in this direction, he would have been fine. But, you know, hindsight is, of course, 2020, and he was just trying to get out of there AFAP. Right-hand side, we see that the demo charge has detonated, so it detonated somewhere between the 19-minute, the 7 and 19-minute mark. We'll try and see if we can catch that later on, but who knows if it killed anything. Wait, what? No. Yeah, he has the... Yeah, okay. Did he lose it? No, he has his crew. I mean, that's one of the things that always kind of catches me off guard with the U.S. forces is that when you're looking at spectator mode, you kind of feel like a vehicle died without you noticing because it's not there. But of course, the crew popped out, and that's why you can't see it. Motor howitzer carriage, left-hand side, catches a Volks Grenadier squad. It also catches a Shrek to the face, so it's damaged once again. But it does manage to force a retreat. Does attack ground on the retreat path, it looks like, or maybe even as they were retreating, but doesn't hit anything. And we see... wow, that caught me off guard. And we see the U.S. Forces infantry pushing forward on the left-hand side. Victory points are 342 for the Allies, 255 for the Axis. So Allies is still in a decent spot. They have lost some of the map, though. They control a little bit less than half, and we see over on the right-hand side the fuel point is being stolen. As, oh, finally we have shock troops on the field as Cruz has gone for the shock motor heavy tactics. Nice little doctrine there, although, to be honest, it only gets really selected for the fact that it gives you shock troops and ISU. Most of the things in the middle don't really come into play. I mean, maybe conscript repair can, you know, happen. And the precision bombing strike will get used, but not exactly the reason you go for it, I suppose. Did I see a demo charge somewhere around here? Yeah. So we got another demo charge in the center at the 21. Let's see if we can spot that later on. So the left-hand side engagement, Lieutenant, Pathfinders, and Rifle Squad trying to catch infantry wherever it can. The Lux is on the hunt. It's going to oh! Nice shot once again by the motor howitzer. There it is, and it gets a lot more kills. It is now up to 9, eliminating an entire squad once again. You can see them crawling away, but those wounds, they cannot heal. Panther on the field for SturmTigerNinja, going to be defending over on the right-hand side, making sure that no vehicles come into play. Cruz has lost his Katusha, and it seems like it is dead right there. We'll see if we can also catch when the Katusha died. Sorry, it takes so long. I should make notes so I don't forget. And over on the left-hand side, we see Obersoldaten retreating as another Panther, now for Sully, is out on the field, and helping to kind of secure the left-hand side. Victory points are also getting captured, so we're going to have a triple cap going against the Soviets. So that is not a good position for Cruz. Cruz getting his ISU on the field, hoping that this will essentially turn it around for them. We have Nakmar building himself a Jackson on the to be able to combat anything that tries to go for the ISU. But that is a difficult sell and a difficult thing to do, considering that there are 2 Panthers on the field. Granted, they are not together right now, but there we go. One shot flies from the Panther, hits the ISU, and the ISU is... well, there you go. Oh, nasty shot there on the Volks. The Volks take quite a bit of damage, down to 1 man. Pack gun is getting moved in, however, going to get some shots there on the side of that ISU. The ISU is pushing forward a little bit too aggressively. Not sure why it's going so ham, but now it's turning around to face the infantry. Gets a nice shot on the Obersoldaten. The motor carriage also adding or piling on damage, but it's taking a lot of damage and kind of unnecessary damage. Why did it go so forward? It has massive range, which you can benefit from intensely. Panther coming up for the flank here for Mr. SturmTigerNinja. We also see the call-in of a anti-infantry strafe, it looks like, or was that just the reconnaissance path? Motor carriage does get eliminated there by the Panther, as the Panther inflicts a lot of pain. It does take quite a bit of damage, as it is down to about 25% strength, since we do have 2 AT guns on the field here for Mr. Cruz. The ISU backs off a little bit, getting some shots there at the infantry, forcing the Obersoldaten once again to retreat. So it can do a lot of attrition there against infantry, so it needs to essentially do that. But they are down to 250 points themselves. Bombing strike getting called in by SturmTigerNinja right on top of where the ISU was. Doesn't manage to hit, well, really anything. And the ISU is just making its way back home. Triple gap is still ongoing, however, so that is something that needs to be dealt with. Major has acquired Veteran C3. Veteran C3 allows it to move very fast. Or is it Veteran C2 with this guy? No, it was squad speed, yeah. So, yeah, it moves very fast while out of combat, so it's an excellent capping unit. And on top of that, it also gets the ability to lock down a territory when he sets up a retreat point. So, for example, this victory point and such could be locked down and not allowed to get capped if he locks down there, but, you know, it's also very risky to be too far front. Anyway, Major getting caught by the Lux. Ends up retreating. AT gun pushing forward. Rifles, Lieutenant, and Pathfinders pushing forward as well. Pathfinders have been upgraded with bars, as they want to have as much anti-infantry power as they can. On the right-hand side, these combat engineers are trying to recapture some territory. Victory points are still not ideal. 249 to 269 for the Allies, getting pretty even there. 20-point difference. And the ISU is still getting repaired. It's at about 75% strength right now. The conscript repair package is coming into effect, although this conscript squad behind it is not actually doing any repairs, so I'm not going to get too much done there. And the AT guns over here on the left-hand side, trying to stop the approaching infantry and such. Pack gun in the center, sitting very comfortably because it is basically in the cover of its Schwerpanzer headquarters. ISU moving up. Looks like it might be wanting to go for sniping of one of these buildings. Will it accomplish that? Well, we shall see. Pushes forward. Where are the Panthers? We have one Panther behind the bases. We have the other Panther farther back. Anything else on the field? We see a Yak Panzer getting built for Mr. Sully. And Cruz not building anything. The Jackson is also on the field for Nakmar, as the conscripts slowly repair the ISU. Left-hand side, Obersoldaten, Volksgrund, and the Lux. The Lux has done so much, 17 kills in this game, and it is still there. Veteran C2 acquired. Conscripts pushing forward. ISU getting a nice shot there on the Grens, forcing in the retreat. Panther going to be pushing forward. The Jackson is in station. Should be able to get some shots there on the Panther. Force it to back off. Panther, however, at max range, getting some nice shots there on the side of that ISU. The ISU pushes forward. The Panther goes in for the kill, kinda. Look, it almost gets itself killed. Pack gun is, however, there set up. Oh, nasty shot on the rear of the ISU. The ISU goes down. And I think with that, the mainstay of the Allies is gone. The Jackson pushes forward. Did it get the kill on the Panther? Did not get the kill on the Panther. The conscripts are just going to have to back off a little bit. AT guns are trying to hold the line. We do have a strafing run right on top of all the infantry, getting them pinned down. However, they stand resolute and will come there. Bombing strike right on top of all the infantry. There. Oh! Ah, massive hit there by SturmTigerNinja. Eliminating a squad, retreating and intimidating enough to force a surrender. But yeah, without the ISU, they had lost too much and would have broken. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.